Hey, what's up, everybody? I was going to do a quick follow-up review on this Jackson Chris Broderick signature. So I've had this thing for about 6 months now, and you should be able to get one next month. If my inside information is correct, May of 2012 is when they'll be actually on sale. So I was going to give you some of the details about it, that kind of things that I've gotten to know over the last 6 months, things that you might like, you might not like about it, so that way you'll be a little bit better informed if you decide to go ahead and make the purchase. So as far as the features go, a lot of things on it are kind of a double-edged sword, so depends on your opinion, I guess. For instance, the Planet Waves tuners, I think they look really nice. They're very comfortable. They don't hurt your hand when you're winding up the strings or stringing the guitar. The downside to them, if you ever have a string pop out of the bridge, after you first string it and you start playing, and if you've ever had that happen, the problem is you cannot generate enough slack up here to be able to tuck the string back into the bridge. So you definitely got to keep some extra strings around just in case that happens. So besides that, some people don't like stainless steel frets. Some people say they sound too bright, or I don't know. I can't tell the difference in sound between these and the frets on any of my other guitars. What I can say is that I play an awful lot. I play probably between 2 and 4 hours a day, and after 6 months of that, there's no visible evidence of wear on the frets at all. So they really do look like the day I got this guitar. A little bit of dirtiness next to them, but besides that, they're in perfect condition. So I like them. As far as the overall shape of the guitar, the profile is pretty good. The heel cut is pretty deep, so you get really good access to the high frets. The cutaway is very adequate. The overall shape of the guitar, I know some people have said they didn't care for it, but of course that's personal opinion. What it does, though, between the shape and the fact that they've got the rear strap button kind of higher up, it creates a very balanced guitar. So like when you let go of it, it moves with me. I don't have to chase the neck or anything like that. So I like that, and I like the look of it too. So the finish of the guitar is one thing that you're not going to be able to see in this video with my less than high quality video here. They really spared no expense on the finish of the guitar. So it's the quilt maple is very, very nice. The lacquer on it is it's like glass. So they did a really nice job on that. So the controls on the guitar, they're a little busier than I would need them to be. Like I don't probably need a tone knob. I don't necessarily need a kill switch. The three-way selector is in the perfect position. It's very reachable while playing, but that does kind of force the volume knob to be tucked back a little bit. So depending on where you leave your whammy bar when you're playing, it's sometimes kind of hard to reach around that. So where I start coming into little issues with it is the pickups in the guitar. They're not as high output as I would probably like. And I couldn't find information anywhere on them, so I ended up just asking Chris about them, and he said that the output levels were equivalent to like a deactivator bridge and a PAF Pro neck pickup. So that'll give you kind of a general idea of the output levels. He did say that they did some EQ tweaking with them. To me, it kind of sounded like if you took the volume and just kind of rolled it back a little bit, you kind of lose some of your gain, but that kind of brings out the note a little bit more. So that's kind of what it sounded like to me. So when I was playing through a solid state amp, it didn't really seem to bug me. And then I got a whole new setup for home use, and now it's a tube setup. So I ended up putting a TS-808 in front of the amp to get the gain back. So. But that solved the issue, and it sounds great now. So aside from that, they are very universal. They work great for cleans. So like I said, the only downside to me is just that the output was a little bit less than what I would have wanted. So the Floyd Rose Pro bridge. This is actually what was taking them so long to get this guitar produced. If you watch my earlier reviews, I mentioned how mine was set up incorrectly. It had a 16-inch bridge, and of course the radius of the neck is a 12-inch. And as it turns out, all of them that they had made thus far were the same. So, in fact, even Chris's were set up incorrectly. So that's kind of what they were waiting on, is Floyd Rose to kind of play catch up on producing the right saddles for these bridges. So, as far as the 12-inch fretboard radius, my God, so many people have kind of complained about that. But to me, you know, and my two 7-strings are, this one's a 12-inch. The one behind me is a 16-inch radius, and they both feel nice to me. In fact, I kind of lean towards this one. That little bit of extra curvature, I think, feels nicer when playing any chords, especially anything barred. And then, of course, doing the arpeggios, the sweeps, I think is more comfortable too. So, so you don't necessarily need, you know, a really, really flat radius fretboard to play fast. You know, I guess it just comes down to personal preference. But the only major thing that I don't care for, that I can't possibly change on this guitar, is the actual scale length of it. They did this in a 25.5-inch scale, and it seems like nowadays most of the guitar builders are at least doing like a 26.5 on the 7 strings. What that does is creates a little more string tension, and as a result, your strings, when they vibrate, they don't travel as far, so they're less likely to slap against the fretboard and create buzz. So, but besides that, that's pretty much the gist of it. So, I like the guitar. I'm happy with it. It had its you know, a few issues that I had to get past with Jackson, and you know, basically getting it to play as well as it should. But when it's all said and done, I think it's a great guitar. It's pricey. In the U.S., I think $3,300 is now what the street price is going to be. So I know that's kind of a hard pill to swallow, because you could definitely buy 3 Jeff Loomis signatures with cases for that kind of money. But anyway, yeah, if you have other questions about the guitar, let me know. I'll answer them as quick as I can.